All right, let me ask you something that's going to make you uncomfortable here. When someone asks ChatGPT or Perplexity or Google's AI overview, what's the best plumber near me, or HVAC guy, or dentist, or lawyer, or med spa, does your name come up? Probably not. And here's the part that should scare you. Your customers are already using AI to find businesses right now, especially younger generations. Today, if AI doesn't know you exist, or worse, if AI doesn't trust you enough to recommend you, you're completely, totally, silently invisible. Not on page 1 of Google, you're not on page 2 of Google, you're buried, you're gone, and nobody even told you. Nobody sent you an email, your revenue just quietly started bleeding out while you were busy doing everything else right. That's what we're talking about today. This is AI discoverability, and it's the most important thing happening in business right now that almost nobody seems to understand yet. So I'm here to provide some clarity on this subject. So here's what changed and when. For 20 years, the game was Google. You ranked on Google, you won. Simple, brutal, but at least there were kind of rules and they made sense. But then the AI search happened. ChatGPT hit 100 million users faster than any product in history. Perplexity is growing so fast, it's terrifying Google's board. And Google itself launched I think they call it AI overviews, meaning now even on Google, an AI summarizes the answer before you ever see a list of websites, which personally I appreciate. But you know what it means? It all means that the click never happens. Someone asks who's the best plumber in my city, and AI just answers. It picks the response. And it might pick 2 or 3 businesses, but it recommends them confidently, like it's been using them itself for years. And if you're not one of those businesses that AI recommends, the customer's gone, and you never even knew that they were looking. It's not future stuff. It's not keep an eye on it and let's see what happens. This is what's happening right now at scale. And the gap between businesses that show up in AI results and businesses that don't, it's already starting to look like the gap between businesses that had websites in 2002 and businesses that didn't. And if you can remember how that ended, you probably want to pay pretty close attention to this whole idea of AI discoverability. So here's why AI ignores most businesses. I mean, why does it recommend some businesses and completely ignore others? That's kind of what we're talking about here, and that's where it gets interesting when you dig into that idea. Because where almost everyone gets it wrong, most people assume AI works like Google. Like if you have good SEO, you'll show up. And that's not entirely wrong, but it's pretty much wrong. AI doesn't rank websites. AI synthesizes trust signals from across the entire internet and decides who's credible enough to recommend to a real human. So think about it like that. AI is essentially acting like a hyper-informed friend who's done all the research for you. And when a friend recommends a business, they're not citing page titles and backlinks and things that can be contrived in all sorts of ways. They're saying, I've seen this business mentioned everywhere. The reviews are real, the information checks out, people talk about them, and that's what AI is basically doing at a massive scale in milliseconds. It happens, for those of you, which is probably all of you that have used large language models, you know how quickly the response comes, and it's kind of remarkable sometimes. So the businesses that AI recommends, they tend to have a few things in common. They're talked about in multiple places, not just on their own website, but in articles, directories, forums, local press, podcasts, reviews. They have consistent, accurate information everywhere. That means names, addresses, phone numbers, hours, all matching, all trustworthy, all on point and pointing in the right place. So they create content that directly answers the questions AI gets asked. The businesses that rank well with AI discoverability. They're not keyword stuffed garbage, it's actual useful answers, and they have authority, meaning other trusted sources reference them. So if you're missing any of these things, AI doesn't necessarily penalize you, it just acts like you don't exist, which is in some ways worse. So the experiments that I'm getting into is, it's what makes DiscovizLabs different from every other person talking about this stuff. We're not theorizing, we're not recycling blog posts. We're running actual experiments where we're talking real businesses. Some of them starting from zero, and we're systematically testing what actually moves the needle on AI visibility. Does getting mentioned in local press help? We're testing that. Does the structure of your website content change how AI describes you? We're testing it. Does having high volume of recent Google reviews affect whether AI recommends you? we're testing that too. Some of what we find confirms what people suspect, and some of it's completely counterintuitive and honestly kind of wild. It's been a fascinating journey just finding some of this stuff out and figuring it out as we go. So we're going to document all of it right here in public, because the business and the operators who understand this first are going to have an enormous compounded advantage over pretty much everyone who figures it out 2 years from now. This channel, that documentation, every experiment, every result, every failure, every breakthrough. You're not watching a polished guru selling you a course. You're watching someone figure out the frontier in real time and just bring you along for the ride. So here's what you can do right now. Enough context. I think I've provided enough context, but what can you actually do about this, especially if you're a business owner? The 3 things that you can start today is, number 1, Google yourself through AI's eyes. Don't just Google yourself. Go to ChatGPT or Perplexity and ask, what can you tell me about so-and-so business? Then ask, what's your best service in this area? Ask it for recommendations, see what comes up. See what it says about you, if anything. That's your baseline, and that's what AI currently thinks of you, basically. Number 2, fix your information consistency. Every direction, every listing, every profile, your name, address, phone number, and hours need to be identical everywhere. It sounds boring, and it kind of is boring, but it's also one of the highest leverage things you could do for AI trust signals right now. Mismatched information across the internet tells AI you're unreliable. Number 3, start creating content that answers real questions, not about us pages, not generic service descriptions, actual answers to what your customers are asking. How much does X cost? How long does Y take? What should I look for when hiring a Z? Starting to rain here. AI pulls from content that answers questions directly. Keep that in mind. So start being direct with your content. These aren't magic. This isn't a magic formula. This is a foundation. But most businesses haven't even done the foundation yet, which means doing them now will put you ahead of the curve. So here's the bottom line. AI search is not coming. It's not on its way. It's not down the road. It's here. It's already deciding which businesses get recommended to the customers you're trying to reach. The businesses that figure this out early, to make themselves visible, credible, trustworthy to AI systems, are going to pull away from their competition in a way it's going to be hard to catch up to, honestly. And the businesses that ignore it are going to wonder why the phone got quieter, and they're probably going to blame the economy or their ads or bad luck. But it's not bad luck, it's discoverability. This is what we're obsessed with at DiscovizLabs. We'll see you in the next one. It's raining here. I'm going to get inside. Yeah.